Well, you're listening to the Michael Yaffee program, wnsc.ucf.edu, online radio. I thank you guys for joining me today. I really hope that everyone here had a happy Thanksgiving. And I just have to let you know this. Well, first, I'm going to let you know my email address. If you want to comment on the show, send me an email anytime at michael.yaffee@nights.ucf.edu. You can also instant message me during the show and talk about just how horrible of a point I'm making if you want. The AOL Instant Messenger is Radio WNSC. Radio WNSC. But I have started, I just had to start out with on a light note. I have started a brand new tradition for Thanksgiving. Brand new tradition. You're just going to love it. It's awesome. Everyone I told is like, that is a really great idea. I mean, you got your turkey, your mashed potatoes, your green beans, egg, broccoli, whatever. But you know what I want next to my turkey on Thanksgiving dinner from now on? Bloomin' onion. Oh, so good. Now, obviously, I can't get the actual Outback bloomin' onion, but we have this little bloomin' onion maker you can get, and we looked up the recipe online, and I am starting a new Thanksgiving tradition right here. Well, not right here, but starting this year and next year, bloomin' onion with Thanksgiving. And I know it's horribly, horribly bad for you and all those calories, but, I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Who cares? Come on. How good? Everyone, you're all licking your lips right now. You all would rather go to Outback and get one right now than listen to this Rank Amateur show. But stay tuned. I'll talk more about the bloomin' onion if you promise to stay tuned. But, I mean, imagine you got your nice turkey and right next to it, a nice-looking bloomin' onion. And you got your sauce, onion. Oh, so good. Oh, yeah, I have a show to do here. Well, I thank you guys for joining me. If you're wondering who I'm just a rank amateur UCF student that they allow to have a microphone. And I talk about news and important events. And yes, I know that Tiger Woods ran into a tree. And that's all I'm going to talk about that for the day. I have important stuff to discuss: news, current event, politics, history. I'm sort of a nerd when it comes to people my age, but I really don't care anymore. Just what I'm into. I feel like it's more important. I feel like that is the kind of things that people my age should be discussing. It's important. It affects us. We are the future. So there was a good election that happened this week, and it was really a monumental election, and it actually went against the wishes of our own government in the U.S. The election was in Honduras, and it's funny because there's somebody in my class who's I don't know if I don't think she was actually born in Honduras. I have to ask her. But her family's from Honduras, and she's a big fan, and she talked about how happy she was. And usually on politics and news and stuff, we disagree a lot of our opinions, but we both agree on this. And I have an article here from the Wall Street Journal that talks about really what happened in that election. They had election for their president, and usually this would just be a normal event. They have elections all the time for presidents, just like we do here, but it was different this time. And this is from the Wall Street Journal by Mary O'Grady. It's titled, "In Elections, Honduras Defeats Chavez." Now, if you don't know who Chavez is, she's talking about Hugo Chavez, the current president or socialist dictator of Venezuela now. Unless something monumental happens in the Western Hemisphere in the next 31 days, the big regional story for 2009 will be how tiny Honduras managed to beat back the colonial aspirations of its most powerful neighbors and preserve its constitution. Yesterday's elections for president and Congress, held as scheduled and without incident, were the crowning achievement of that struggle. National Party candidate Porfirio Lobo was the favorite to win in the pre-election polls, yet the name of the victor is almost beside the point. The completion of these elections is a national triumph in itself and a win for all people who yearn for liberty. The fact that the U.S. has said it will recognize their legitimacy shows that this reality eventually made its way to the White House. If not Hugo Chavez Waterloo, Honduras stands at least marks a major setback from the Venezuelan strongman expansionist agenda. The losers in this drama also include Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and Spain, which all did their level's best to blow the election. Engaged by their zeal, militants inside Honduras took to exploding small bombs around the country in the weeks leading to the vote. Well, first I want to do a little bit of background on what this is all about. Why is this so important? Why should I, in a radio show in the United States of America, care about an election that happened in Honduras? Why is it such a big step? Well, because the president there, the previous president there, tried to run for another term, which was unconstitutional. He wanted to run for a term that was past his limits. It was unconstitutional according to their constitution, but he was trying to go beyond the constitution. He believed, oh, it's democracy. That's what the people want. Even though we often throw around that term democracy, and we do that in this country too. The correct term is constitutional republic. Thomas Jefferson warned about a democracy. We're not a true democracy in the United States. We're a constitutional republic. The people have the majority of the power, but they do it through elected representatives, and they can't go beyond the power constraints of the Constitution. We're a republic, and that's what they are. Representative democracy might be another term. We often throw that term loosely as the people just decide everything. No, that's not how a constitutional form of government works. It can't go beyond the Constitution, even if it's the people's wish. You can't go beyond the Constitution. But I don't even think it was the majority of the people's wish, from what I've heard. But he tried to do it, and the Supreme Court there, they have a similar system of government like we do. The Supreme Court there said, no, you can't do that. And they ordered him out. They got the military and they ordered him out. It wasn't a military coup because it wasn't the military's. Military was just following orders. They were following the Constitution. And originally, Obama and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton did not like this. They saw it as a military coup, and I don't understand why. I can't wrap my mind around why they would support this. There was someone trying to go beyond the constitutional limits, and they support him? Doing like what Hugo Chavez has done in Venezuela, and maybe they support the people in government gaining more power beyond the Constitution? Maybe? No, don't say that. Don't say that. You're crazy talk. Why? You mean Obama might support Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez? No, don't say that. Crazy talk, conspiracy theories. But this is a step for democracy, and it says the White House has gone back on the right track. Good. But this election that happened yesterday shows that this type of movement can be fought back. It seemed like there was a movement toward people gaining more power, going beyond constitutional limit. It happened in Russia with Vladimir Putin, Hugo Chavez. It's happened in the past with Castro, other areas in Southern and Central America. But Honduras, hopefully Honduras has set a precedent, not only for their region, but for the rest of the world, that, no, we believe in our Constitution. They say, we believe in our Constitution. You can't just go beyond it just because you want more power. Hopefully that will set a precedence across the world. Hopefully people in this country will look at our Constitution and say, wow, we're really trying hard to go past the constitutional limits. There are no constitutional authority to go for any kind of healthcare plan that they're trying to do. They don't have the constitutional authority to do that. So hopefully maybe people in this country will be like, I wonder what our Constitution is like, and we'll be like people in Honduras and stand up for our Constitution. But it was really a great victory. Hopefully it will set a precedence. Hopefully it will set a precedence that this term democracy shouldn't be thrown around so loosely, but it will set the president say, hey, we are a constitutional republic. Let's see. The losers in this draw, Latin socialists tried to discredit Honduran democracy as part of their effort to force the reinstatement of deposed President Manuel Zelaya. Both sides knew that if that happened, the electoral process would be in jeopardy. Mr. Zelaya had already showed his hand when he organized a mob to try to carry out a June 28th popular referendum so that he could cancel the elections and remain in office.